Hello everybody, welcome to Directional Influence episode 34, brought to you by VVV Gaming. I'm Rapture, and I'm live. Sort of, it's a little delayed, but it's all good. And with me here tonight on our first ever live episode is, several people, I guess. First off, my co-hosts, Will and PD. Will, how are you doing?
Pretty good, yo. What's going on?
Nothing, really. I actually had to think about that for a second. And then we have Matt. Matt, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
And then we have two very special guests. One you guys have had on here before, and it's pretty hype. DMG, how you doing?
Doing good as always, bro.
And then a guest that you guys all know and love, or know, but hasn't been on the show yet, DM Brandon. How you doing?
Pretty average. It's a pretty normal American day.
Agreed. So,
Yeah.
so tonight on Directional Influence, we have things to talk about, and by that I mean we have KTAR and some, I guess, community issues, to talk about. First off, KTAR, as I said, we're going to talk about that a little bit. I know, DM, you actually, hosted that a bit, right?
Well, I run the brackets for KTAR. I help with the seeding a little bit. I ran Super Street Fighter, MK9, MVC3, and helped run the singles bracket.
Yep. DMG, were you actually there? I'm pretty sure you were not.
Pretty sure DMG lives in Texas.
Yes.
He's never been out of Texas.
Alright, hold up a minute.
Poor
First
DMG.
of all, sir, I have been out of Texas plenty of times.
You're going to pick up Cosmos in Oklahoma.
Whatever. Second point, no, I was not at KTAR. I did not have the funds to go.
Well, it would have been nice to have you there. And as you can all tell, we're still alive and well. I was not able to, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. So,
Your code is mad free.
yeah.
I decided that with the amount of people entering that tournament, he didn't want to get drowned in the waves.
There's a lot more paperwork than you guys would all think. And the problem with it all is that there's a lot to be expected. You can't just end the world. It's actually somewhat of a problem. So we're going to go right into KTAR. And Will, I know you lost round one, so I'm going to pick on you first.
Oh, shit. Here.
Wow, wait, I was there and I didn't even know that. Will, you lost round one to who?
Alright, well, let's just say.
Shoutouts to me making the bracket, by the way. Continue.
Yes.
Yeah, shoutouts to getting me in the bracket, by the way. That was
Okay.
I guess, part of you, taking me to KTARO to help me work that out. So that was thank you and KTARO for actually getting me in the bracket.
I would thank me. I told him not to
it.
put you in the bracket.
Oh, shit. Alright, well, fuck you then.
No love.
Sorry, man. This is
But-
true.
But anyway, yeah, so I don't know, I was just kind of chilling, playing everybody in money matches, and I was doing really well. I was playing my best or whatever, and then I play my first round of bracket, and I have no idea who this kid is, and, so I think he's just some noob that, I'm pretty sure he hasn't really entered anything offline, or not too often. So he's this Wi-Fi Falco, and his tag is Dark Falco. So, first off,
You lost to Dark Falco.
I'm assuming that he plays Diddy Kong or Lucario or something completely off his tag, because all those kids that do that, they just
Sonic Diddy. Go ahead.
Sonic Diddy, Lucario, Money, Falco, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So no, we had a pretty legit his Falco was legit and everything. I went for some flashy edge guard or something. I don't know. That super armor up B on the edge thing I do, except where the part where I'm supposed to go back on the stage, I just kind of stayed off the stage and fell, and he grabbed the edge and held it. So I died at 0 first game, and he won because of that. He didn't ban Yoshi's, which all you kids out there, you should probably ban Yoshi's on me, just saying. And I almost restocked him on Yoshi's. He's like, oh man, it's holy shit, alright, I'm probably gonna lose now. And then game 3, we had a pretty close game. and I was up by 135%. We were both on our last stocks. I was at 0. He was at 135, and he grabbed me, chain grab, dare, suicide, dare spike.
Wait. Did you get 2-0'd by him?
Did you listen
So
to what I
did you
said?
listen to any of that? Are you even in?
It was like,
No,
I was like,
because
yo, I just lost the first game, so I'm like, yo, Yoshi's Island, let's do this.
right? No, I honestly was sort of like listening. I was waiting for like the excuses of a
Well,
2-0,
clearly
so
this was
I got
just 3
hyped.
that I lost. I did not get 2-0.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, his Falco was really good. Like, I mean, he definitely caught me with some Wi-Fi stuff. I started catching his spot dodge habits, but you know, I I wasn't really playing on point that game, but he definitely took it solid, and I didn't really play my best in the set, but you know what? He got his first notable win, and he got so much motivation from it, I really don't mind, because even though I put myself in a terrible position, being in loser's bracket after round 1, I still did pretty well after that, so.
By the way, everyone out there that thinks what Will is saying is like respectable and admirable and awesome, you're all just as gay as he is for trying to justify his loss to a random.
I agree. Because
Sorry, buddy.
Will, how well do you know that matchup?
If I knew your tournament results, DM, I would bring something up. But you know what? Falco versus DK is chain grab down air, and that's all you need to do. And
That's
you can
Falco
literally
versus everybody.
No, but it works more on DK because he can't recover. But
Well, more on DK than who? Everybody?
yes,
Like Bowser?
Bowser is legit. I don't know.
Because
if
clearly Bowser
Definitely,
is top
man.
tier.
Definitely, Bowser's great.
Bowser's top tier. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen a Bowser fall to a chain grab since like '09, maybe.
Have you even seen a Bowser since 09?
No.
Oh, King Kong. King Kong was a
Well,
King
yeah,
Kong.
I saw him. There were friendlies, and there was a Bowser. I was really hyped about that when I was watching. There was a friendly with a Bowser. So that is not correct. So, Will, how far did you get in the bracket actually?
So anyway, props to Dark Falco, but I lost to him, so I suck. Thanks, DM. And then I played in losers bracket. I played pretty much all of my matches on one TV, I think, and they all got uploaded thanks to Mav, who I ended up playing also. And I'm actually pretty surprised. Mav, what up? I know you're in the chat. I know I botted you pretty hard in a money match, and I kind of like broadcast it to the world, and I was pretty like hype over it, but that's all in the past. So props to you for putting up those videos. I played let's see, I played Doom Machine, who is a Meta Knight Pikachu Falco Snake player that I trained with literally for like the first year that I played Brawl. And he moved to like upstate New York or something. So he trains with like San and Pika Pika and Kira and Dr. G and all those dudes. But even though I'm pretty sure all those people live in another dimension because we never see them, even though they live in the same state as us. I don't
Well,
know.
they live in New York State.
Yes, but like who cares? Like New England comes, they live like
New England has cities and people, though.
Yeah, but they live about the same distance. I don't know, man.
Right? Exactly. New York State has mountains and mountain lions.
Cows,
Yeah.
farms,
And San.
So yeah, I played Doom Machine. I kind of like, I don't know, I money matched him earlier in the day, and we had like sort of semi-close sets. But when I played him in tournament, it was like free. I don't know. But anyway, so he went like Falco and Meta Knight or something on me. After that, I want to say I played Mav. No, I'm pretty sure I played Table first, which is upsetting.
Oh,
Because, you know,
wait.
We had that DK Ditto. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah.
Wait, we have that, right?
Yeah, we have
that was
hyped.
hyped.
If you guys want to watch it, although I know DM's gonna like totally trash talk the shit out of
Hey,
watch
hey,
DK Dittos.
everybody likes to watch mid-tier mirror matches from like round 4 in the tournament when everyone's real hyped.
You know what? Should we just watch that now? Should we just watch that now? Because I feel like I actually really want to hear DM talk shit about it right now.
Alright.
Alright, I want everybody to just go right to that
I'm gonna
match.
go with both.
We're going to start watching this right here. I'm going to make sure my chat is still up. And it is. When I say go, we're all going to watch this. Everybody ready? Because this is hype. It's game 1, by the way.
I need to watch this.
Alright, everybody have it up? You don't even have it. Oh, Matt. You are such a random. It is ridiculous.
Like a click away. Just hit Control V, faggot.
Damn it, Matt.
Yo, game 1. Alright, yo, got this.
Alright.
Alright, I've watched these videos enough to know just like pretty much what's going on, but I guess you guys, because I can't actually watch them right now, which is unfortunate, but I'll just like...
So we get to shit talk
them
Will
like
while
that.
he can't even watch what's going on.
Even defends himself.
Yep.
Alright, everybody ready? Yes? Okay, good. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go. Now, guys, I want you guys to all realize here is, first of all, the texture is awesome. And second of all, you're going to hear a lot of the same sound effects over and over and over again. And my dogs are like,
Like, even though that texture seems so, like, plain, like, for some reason I find it really distracting when I'm playing with it on. Like, it's one of the few textures I actually request to take it off when I play. It just bothers me.
oh, damn.
Oh, Jesus.
Diem, tell me your thoughts. I want to hear them.
Oh, boy.
It's Donkey Kong dittos. If someone isn't dying in 5 seconds, you guys are playing the match wrong.
Well, I think there's a point that's going to come up right now. Yeah, there it is. Where they don't even do anything. They're just doing the exact same actions over and over again at the same time. Because they got that timing and spacing, which is great.
Why am I seeing so much nair? That move, under any circumstance, looks so bud.
No, Will hitting with that B, though.
It's actually really good.
No, but that's what everyone says about Diddy Kong's Nair too, and that's a fantastic move. And I love Anti for actually using
Yo, let me
it
tell you-
instead of being like ADHD and
let me
air
tell you
dodging
about-
to the ground over and over and over.
Oh,
You know why?
I mean, there is 4 there, too.
You know, falling there is so good because Sweet Pea came at Apex 2 and he
Yes.
was just raping it.
Yes.
So falling there. He was just like,
That's like the only move with Diddy Kong I ever
you
even
have
wanted to
these-
use. Wow,
I
Cable
mean,
is not having a
Diddy
good
Kong-
time.
Yeah, Cable.
oh, Will, wow. Will, leave.
That was a hard read by Cable.
You just got red.
Yeah, I died. I'm guessing he headbutted me, because...
Yep.
Like, I don't know. When I get headbutted by DK in the Ditto, I don't know how to match out, because I don't play the Ditto enough, I guess. I don't know. I'm bad at matching,
Oh,
guys.
way to get super armored.
You just mashed.
It's really not that hard.
but like, you
Flail the
mash,
control
but you have to be mashing before it happens to get out. You have to be mashing preemptive to the mash to get out of the headbutt. Like, you guys don't understand.
We don't understand, you guys,
I
we
know
don't
Shadow and I
understand.
both
We don't
were
understand the
buffering
DK Ditto.
matches, like for grabs and stuff, which is why you see, well, when we played, which is why we got out of grabs so quickly. All your actions in this game should always be buffered.
Hmm.
So if you see Cable start that move up and you know you're gonna get hit, you just start spinning that stick in a circle, which I'm just gonna let that one go. That one's gonna go.
Will, you gonna kill him anytime soon? Damn.
You're right, but
13th stream.
You're right, but that's for another day.
There you go, finally. And speaking of back airs, we're gonna see another match from Will probably later. That, oh damn. Alright.
That's a
Why didn't
shame.
you tech?
Actually, I'll tell you guys about that
Like,
later, but it's rather
Are you
fun.
talking about when I input the side B from the edge and got punished immediately for it?
Yep.
Yeah, I should have teched. That was supposed to not happen, and that was unfortunate.
Are you guys at least streaming this video to the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. Are you looking at the chat at all, Dakota? Because I can't do that. Because people were saying it, like I walked by and people were saying it was lagging. But it is YouTube via a stream.
It should be good. But they can see it. Oh, Cable.
Oh, that was
Oh, no.
Pretty impressive comeback this game.
Will.
Cable got it in.
See, this is what happens when I play Cable. I choke really hard, and he punishes my entire stock for it, like
Will,
immediately.
you went on to win the set though, right?
I don't know. You guys
Don't
want to
know
watch
if
the rest?
you won the
or-
set?
There is more to the set.
Boy,
No, this-
spoiler.
It's just we'll be fine.
Not
We'll-
really spoiler. Every match is on
The results are up. I mean, like,
I'm not gonna look at that nonsense.
basically, like, I should have won game 1, but I did something stupid, and he totally punished me hard for it, and he just kind of...
I really want to show them you versus Pelka though.
Alright.
You guys have that because
But no. I did go on to win the set. Like games 2 and 3 were really even. Um, I'm pretty sure in game 2 I zeroed to death his first stock or something, but like he got it back pretty even.
They don't want us to show the Pelka.
They don't want to see it.
Yo,
You could
you
literally
guys.
just find the part of the video that was
Okay, so maybe we should just show the part.
117, ladies and gentlemen. 117.
Oh, 117. That's where it is. Oh, all
yeah,
right.
that's all I
I'm
got
just
to
gonna
look
play
at.
it for them right now because it is rather funny, and I just
First,
want to watch.
everybody has to know what PatGDI is.
I think we've referenced it enough to actually
First,
know that PelcaDI is amazing, and you're gonna see a great example of it right now.
Something about like people that have ventured into
Ooh,
or are a
let me
part
play
of a
that
group
again.
that their DI is just horrendous sometimes. Like,
For a third. Oh no, it's buffering. Oh no. All right, you guys saw it enough. Oh, there it is again. Oh, yeah, there it is. Now,
the first time I saw that, I actually assumed he was trying to tech it, but
I
then I realized he was just ugh.
I don't know like what was. I mean obviously he wasn't trying to do that on purpose. We can't really.
I talked to him today, and he said he was trying to cancel the glide attack into a down smash, so he was holding down. But I'm pretty sure he uses C stick to down smash. I don't know. Like,
That's unfortunate.
yeah.
Tapping and holding down and mashing down on both sticks
Well,
gets you some janky ass shit.
to be fair, if the glide attack would be spaced perfectly, I mean, I've seen Adamus do it a multitude of times where he'll glide attack and then charge it down smash because they're waiting to either, he's waiting for you to whiff the grab or maybe waiting for you to spot dodge and then he'll kill you because it'll be twice, 1.5 times the knockback.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously he wasn't trying to do that at all. He was just terrible. But
We love you,
have,
Pelka.
and that's the point.
We don't show that, Pelka, if you're watching. We don't show that to, hurt your feelings. And we certainly don't do it to make fun of you. We want to teach the community how not to play the game. And that right there.
And if you're the spokesperson for how to not play the game,
Thank
buddy,
you.
you're in the spotlight. So
You know that is correct.
Well, just so everybody knows, aside from that clip, Pelka actually did really well in doubles, from what I remember. I don't know if you guys watched the stream.
yes,
think they came in, like-
he redeemed himself.
Yeah. No, doubles happened first. He sadly did not redeem himself, but no, he did really well in doubles, so we could leave him alone. But we're gonna make fun
I
of him.
was trying to
sometime
be
to come.
positive, Will. Then you're like, no, he didn't redeem himself. So
Well,
we're Pelka.
yeah, fuck you, Will. Ass. Well, I guess we can, since we're talking negatively about people, go on to the, less optimistic point of this, and that is, all the controversy that happened at the end and after the tournament. And Diem, I think you wanted to actually talk about that, so I don't know if you want to lead us off here.
Well, this is an important topic because, I mean, with the whole thing that happened to MLG about 700 years ago and recently Justin Wong getting yellow carded in the Midwest for his obvious sandbagging, you have to ask yourself where the community is going to draw the line on splitting. Now, if it were up to me, if two friends get to the top or two people who are highly competitive get to the top and they're nervous about making money, then sure, I'm all for the split. I mean, Ally drove here or trained here or bussed here from Canada. I don't even understand how they let him cross the border, but I mean, if he's coming here, it's going to cost him $100 some odd, and he has a chance to confirm himself a couple hundred. Then yeah, absolutely. But ultimately, what happened? The whole controversy for this specific thing started because Muse King beat somebody, forfeit to anti, and then beat DeBuzz, and then forfeited to ADHD, I think. What people in the community didn't understand was that there was IRL drama that made these decisions for Music King. Music King didn't want to play it. It had nothing to do with him making money or him not making money. He did not want to play the game right then. And the situation himself, like Mute King's obviously an idiot. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows this. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. But even if he didn't see what came coming, it still kind of sucks. And if I was in his shoes, I probably would have done the same thing. It's just because it was anti that he forfeit to that everyone thinks this is such a huge deal because Mute King gets salty when he loses. I mean, Mute King's like Ninja Link. Neither of them have ever taken a loss in their entire lives.
Now, to play devil's advocate here a bit, like, don't you feel like there should be a way for us to crack down on sort of forfeiting regardless of IRL sort of things?
Well, yeah. And to answer End A Master, that's a great name, by the way. End A Master, I would have DQ'd him instantly if he asked for another extension because he was sleeping on the floor all day like a goddamn homeless person. And then he woke up, there was no match in the stream, and I told him and Nairo to play, and he starts playing friendlies to warm up. And I flipped out on him, so I don't even think he was in a position to even pretend he was going to get an extension on time.
Because yeah, because someone actually mentioned, like, I don't know if it was Cheese or somebody. I just remember him, Cheese, being very adamant about rule enforcement was that he wanted, or whoever was saying it was that, if you forfeit in winners, you're out in losers. And that brings up, is that fair to just knock someone out if something's really happening? At the same time, if you come to play...
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, if you are accused of bracket manipulation, mostly it's going to be in losers. If I say, Mute King, please forfeit to me because I'm not going to be able to beat anti and losers. So if I have a free winners finals to go to and I'm guaranteed top 2 and then you can beat anti, like there's too many variables for it to be set in stone. Ultimately, it has to be done in losers for it to matter.
Fair enough. DMG, what do you think about this?
It's a touchy subject for a lot of people. And I can get some of the arguments and some of the outrage, especially from the buzz. I mean, being in his shoes, I mean, yes, UT King had some stuff going on, but it does kind of suck because I've had, not me, but somebody behind me where I've kind of done that in tournament where it's like I play them and I beat them. And then I go on and I didn't want to play anymore. And the way it looked to him and the way he felt afterwards was pretty, it was pretty shitty, to be honest. For forfeiting, I mean, if you want to punish people for forfeiting, go ahead. I think there's certain times where you really shouldn't. Like the first time Jason forfeit, he really didn't want to play, and I think it was more of that than him trying to. Like, I think it was Jason not trying to play instead of him going to anti or ADAC or ally and be like, hey, yo, I'm going to take the dive, beat the buzz. It's going to be just the 4 of us, and we're going to take all this money. Like, I don't think it was something like that. If it was something like that, I can understand why people were being mad. But instead of that, it was, oh, Jason's going to have a really shitty day because of the stuff that happened, and he's not going to want to play.
Well, I mean, that would be, I guess, plausible if it weren't for the fact that Ally knew that he wasn't going to lose to anybody besides Holy that day.
It's true.
Ally hasn't lost to anyone at all. I mean, the last time, before this tournament, the last time I saw Ally, he was trolling ADHD with Falco, and he 3-0'd him. He was like throwing a reflector out when he didn't even have bananas. He was just throwing it at him and laughing in his face. Ally's on another level right now, and he doesn't have to split. And anti, while he's gonna say fuck morals, get money, he can say it all he wants. I know he has a lot of pride in this game, and if someone approached him with that, he just would have waved his hand in his face, just been like, man, you nigga eat a dick.
I'll tell you, take it, lose, or rape you, lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think there was no malicious intent. Now, if we were to go over to like the Justin Wong, Noel Brown flow situation from the Midwest, and to catch you all up, there was a Marvel large regional in the Midwest for Evo qualifier points, and Justin Wong and Noel Brown went to the same school, like growing up. So Noel, trucks his way through losers, and then Justin Wong plays a team with Phoenix on point. Now, if you're going to sandbag and play like experimental teams, that's fine, but if you're going to play Phoenix on point, it's just going to obviously put you in sandbag. Like, just everyone knows you're sandbagging. So Evo said you're not going to get any qualifying points. You're getting a yellow card. If you do it again, you're disqualified. Now, if we had a major like road to Apex or something like that that was going on where seeding points mattered, maybe this can be enforced a little more strongly. But for now, I mean, what are people getting all bent out of shape about because they didn't get to see Mewtwo King versus Ally again? Who cares? Shut up.
But don't you feel like, a lot of it is to have those hype matches sort of near the end of the tournament? You know,
I mean, at a national, sure, but this was KTAR. I mean, KTAR's pretty cool, but I mean, I don't go to KTAR thinking like, man, if I don't get to see Ally and Mewtwo King today, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
that's true.
I mean, to be fair though, KTAR for a regional was extremely stacked.
Well, no, of course. I mean, that's just New Jersey as a whole.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not entirely national level, but it's not. Oh, there's only like two or three, top players that we'd want to see high matches. It's you got anti-ADAC, Ally, Mewtwo King. You got people below them and stuff like. It's just. And I mean, I can understand wanting to see some high matches because I remember a tournament in East Coast where I don't remember who it was. It was kind of like a KTAR. It was a smaller KTAR, I think. And I remember grand finals was like ADHD and Nairo, and people were excited to watch it. And then I remember watching the stream for it, and it was just some stupid shit. It was like I saw Nairo go like Mario.
That was anti.
Anti.
Okay, anti. Yeah, it was like Mario and so like somebody. I think Nairo was going like Snake or something. I just remember
Yeah,
those
that
two.
was anti versus Nairo. That was what that was. Yeah.
Okay, and I just remember two players not playing their mains, and later on you're like, oh, okay, they split. And I mean, honestly, it it didn't kill the tournament for me, but it kind of was disappointing because it's like Nairo was this guy that was talked up on East Coast, and it's like, yo, Nairo's really good. Like, you should watch this kid. He's gonna be, he's the next big thing, right? And then you see this, and it's like, it's like Mario versus whatever, and it's like, is this really grand finals? Like, am I watching this? So,
Yeah.
and I can understand that argument of splitting and forfeiting and all this kind of stuff, like killing the kind of hype for big sets or sets that are supposed to be big.
I mean, on my end, because I wasn't there, I was trying to watch it. The problem I guess I have is, the fact that when we get to winners finals or whatever, is now I have no interest in watching anymore. Number one, if people aren't just trying, or number two, yeah, we do see those same people over and over again. And I can't fight the fact that if we see ally versus anti, that's a bad thing, because it's not, because they're obviously two top players. The problem is if, we have top players who just don't care maybe, or giving off the aura that, or the impression that they don't, or changing things intentionally or not, or whether that actually is changing at all, so that it doesn't seem hype.
Buzz got the answer right. It's not about the players. It's about the damn game. The game is boring to watch now. The game has degenerated to game one, play real hard, have a good time, do cool shit. Game two has degenerated to counterpick something real gay because I lost game one and play like a fag. That's what this game is. That's what this game will be until it dies. Like, have you seen Mewtwo King play any set? Like, against the Buzz. Got bodied game one, counterpicks Rainbow Cruise and times him out. Then DeBuzz counterpicks anything, and Mewtwo King starts grabbing ledges. Like, money is more important, and will always be more important. Because, well, some people want to be respected. Like, let's say DeBuzz might not care about the money. He wants to be respected, so he's going to do some crazy-ass shit. But Mewtwo King's there for cash. He doesn't need your respect anymore. He's had your respect for 5 years.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he do what he needs to do to get the W? I mean, like you watch football, and that clock starts running out, and the quarterback starts kneeling. That's how games are supposed to be played. And just because people are going to get salty about the way the game is played, then just don't watch it. Don't watch the game, and it'll go away. So it's up to you. Either stop watching the game, deal with the way the game is played, or get better and stop people from sandbagging. Those are your three choices. And if you're not willing to do one of those three things, then you have no room for opinion. I chose to not be good and to stop playing the game, for reference.
And,
Fair enough.
and that is fair. But I think the way some people see it is like your football analogy, right? Instead of for the Super Bowl, instead of the Cowboys versus the Steelers, imagine if they threw their cheerleading squad and played each other.
Yo, I'd probably be on
I'd
board.
probably watch
Yo,
that too.
I would. Yo, no, just hold up. I'd watch that. But what I'm saying is, like the sandbagging or the not trying as hard as you can. It's not so much as okay, yes, this is gay to watch, but it's yo, at least give us something to watch. Give us. If I see Ally or Mewtwo King versus ADHD, I want to see the timeout. I want to see him play like a faggot the whole set. I don't want to see Mewtwo King, half-ass it with Olimar or something.
Yeah.
Like, like the game's bad to watch, but I love that. So give it to me.
Like a masochist.
Give it to me.
I think part of the issue was that this event, even though it was only a KTAR, it was pretty huge. It had 116 entrants in singles, and that's not including the other like 40 or
It was
50 other
115.
people that.
Someone entered twice. But
Oh really? Okay.
semantics.
And then there was another like 40 additional people, so there was like 150 people at this event, and it was kind of, I don't know if it was sponsored, but it was streamed by VG Bootcamp. So like there was incentive for matches to be played and people to be entertained. So I think in that sense, at least, like I know that there were underlying circumstances and everything, but at least sets should be played to the extent that that's another thing, is that like when people said that Mewtwo King forfeited in winners, at first I agreed that like if you're just gonna straight up forfeit, like if you don't want to play anymore at that point, if you tell if you tell the TO like I don't want to play anymore, that makes it sound like you don't want to play in the tournament anymore. But if you just like kind of give up in winners and then later for whatever reason come back and play in losers, I don't know, it's obviously not as professional as it could be, and I don't know really, like say if this, for lack of a better example, say if this was MLG. Now, how would they go about dealing with that if someone just didn't decide to play, they decided not to play out a set in winners, like,
Well, they have the rule that says intentional forfeiture is gonna get you DQ'd from the bracket entirely. But how do you split the hair fine enough to know whether the forfeit is intentional? Like, what if the person has a stomach ache and wants to go take some Pepto Bismol and can't make his match in time? Well, like, what if you just don't show up? If you just don't show up, we've seen multiple times, you forfeit. But if you actually outright say, "Hey, I'm gonna forfeit," then they're gonna start looking at things. It's really about how you approach the issue. Mewtwo King is not good at approaching issues. For instance, at MLG where they split and he walked around telling everyone, "No, it's cool, guys. Everything's fine. He's gonna give me money and I'm gonna fly places." Like, come
Red
on.
flag, whistle, tweeting.
He's ridiculous. I mean, and every time he's the subject of something, everyone's salty because he keeps doing stupid things. So instead of banning the idea of forfeiting, why don't we just ban Mewtwo King?
I second that, man.
You heard it here first,
Living on the
everybody.
floor all the time
that was
anyway.
another-
Kid's fucking weird.
that was another thing that came up, is that people said that if he was gonna, there's been a lot of drama in the past couple of events now, and when something like this happens, maybe, just to teach those in question a lesson, is to bar them from the next event or bar them from a really important event that that they plan on making bank in or whatever. So
I have an improvement to that. Don't ban him from the venue, but ban people from housing him.
Oh,
Now he will never be able to go to like an out-of-state or out-of-city tournament.
you're hitting
I
him
wish I
right
had
where it
$1
hurts.
for every time Mewtwo King asked someone for housing. $1 for
Oh,
every person.
that's actually kind of funny because
They would
we
buy
were
it.
actually over our friend Fire's house, who once housed Mewtwo King, and he said that the night before KTAR or something, or some tournament, he just like called him and he's like, "Can you house me?" And he's like, "Dude, I live on Long Island. I can't like house you and drive you all the way to New Jersey. Like, what the fuck are you calling me for?" But I think
It's one of the perks of being a top player is to be able to call people anywhere in the world and say, "Hey man, this is me. I will play this game with you. I will teach you it a little bit, and in return, I need to be at your house so I can sleep a little bit." But
in your bed.
Yo, I would charge by the hour. I'm
But
sorry.
what the
You're
problem
housing
is,
me. I'm still.
Mewtwo King takes this much too far. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever housed with Ally, but for instance, Cases was telling me JG Wentworth has housed both Ally and Mewtwo King, and Mewtwo King will go in your house and raid your fridge, and Ally will sit in the corner, take up as little room as possible, and not make a sound. And that's the kind of person you should be. I mean, people are offering you favors, and you should be at least showing respect to the house. And honestly, every time this kid gets something done stupid to him, there's drama around him, it doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. It should always be blamed on Mewtwo King until we were able to ban him. He's a troublemaker. He should be branded a troublemaker, and then that way when something happens, we'll just be like teachers who hate those little red-headed kids in English class who like punch people and slap them in the back of the head because they need attention because they have no soul, right, Will? But correct. See, so every time
Anyway,
something happens, like let's say Anti punches Mewtwo King in the face, Mewtwo King's fault instantly. Mewtwo King's fault. Anti's banned for one event for punching him. Mewtwo King's banned for a year
Yeah, I mean,
and a half.
wait a minute though. I mean, as much as I would like to blame everything on Mewtwo King, we wouldn't be able to do that for his safety because Anti probably would punch him to get him banned for a year.
Yeah. I don't know if people would abuse that or not, and that's a pretty
If I
easy
could
like.
dropkick Mewtwo King and not see him for the rest of my tournament life, like, all right.
Yeah, that's an offer that people would take up because you got to weigh.
I love Mewtwo King.
Do you not want to see Mewtwo King? And yeah, you may be charged with assault, but you won't see Mewtwo King.
Like I care about that.
well,
Heads,
all right.
heads. I'm gonna kick Mewtwo King in the face.
Yeah.
Mewtwo King, if you hear this, if you're listening, I don't mean this personally. Like I'm not trying to attack you. It's just that you're so fucking stupid that everything you do annoys me. So I need you to stop it,
Stop it.
like right away.
I love you, Brandon.
I need you to just stop doing everything you're doing and be normal. And I understand that you can start quoting some psychological bullshit that there's no such thing as normal. Bro, there are such things as normal, and you are the furthest thing from it, except for the kids on All Is Brawl who talk about fapping to little anime children. It's disgusting, the way you act and the anime children thing. Both very disgusting.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm done with all of it.
Actually,
So, like, it's just...
I want to take an aside quickly, and I want to go back to something we touched on earlier. And I want to make a question: does anyone feel that top players have a responsibility to put on a show for the community?
Absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely.
To a certain degree, yes.
Because that sort of is where we could draw the line here, is whether or not they actually, maybe not necessarily have to, but if they are a top player, if there's somebody that people look up to that play well, they're obviously better than others, because when you get to a point in the tournament where that's all you're seeing of those top players, and they're not putting on a show, then they're not really, are they not doing their job, so to speak?
Well, the problem with this is like if you look at celebrities or you look at sports stars, if they stop putting on a show, if they stop being entertaining, they don't make any more money. The problem with this is if Mewtwo King decides he doesn't want to like fight on the stage, he just wants to grab ledges and win, it's up to the community to stop filling that pot. So until these people get this Pokemon bullshit mentality that they're going to travel around and get badges for beating top players and be the most famous person in the world, until that shit stops, they're going to keep getting bodied, keep filling pots, and Mewtwo King's still going to keep making money. Ally's still going to keep making money. And I'm cool with Ally making money because Ally does shit. Ally is easily the most talented player in the world right now. I mean, I have a laundry list of reasons besides him absolutely destroying my career, but...
He speaks French. Like
I'm cool with it.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
He learned English from video games. How amazing do you have to be playing something and read the dialogue and then learn English from that? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have
I actually still remember Ally back when he barely he was
spoke
still,
French.
he
Yeah,
was still
people
picking up
translate.
the language. Like you couldn't understand some of the things he was saying. For instance, the Mac chicken. I don't know if you guys know about that Mac chicken.
Oh man, that was the funniest day I think in the entire world that just ever happened.
But I mean, like he's definitely picked up the language. Like he's pretty good at English now, let's say.
And that I think he's earned that respect from the community. I don't see really anyone going out of their way to shit talk Ally, besides maybe just friendly shit talk.
Yeah, it's pretty
The
true.
Canadians
I mean,
are after him.
Yeah.
if you watch like Ally play people, he doesn't win by like, grabbing a ledge or air planking or anything. He wins by reading the absolute shit out of you. And it's really impressive just the way he just throws like players like Meteor King and Anti around like ragdolls in the Ditto, which he's played Meta Knight for like a year now, really, in tournament. So, I mean, he's taking Meta Knight to a level just sort of beyond what Anti and Meteor King do. They have clear mastery of the character, but I mean, Ally manages to get by just spamming down smash, but I mean, he'll spam down smash while reading the shit out of you. It's pretty impressive, actually.
They play the character really well. He plays the player really well.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference in separating him from everybody else right now.
Yeah. And talking about all these top players, actually, I want to go back to this point that Diem made, I believe, which was, just like, do something about it, get better, and stop people from like sandbagging, for example. I guess my question is, how exactly, like, is that like a good way to put it? I guess is that almost elitist? Like, well, if you wanted to stop us, just
No, it
get
is. It's
better.
elitist, and we deserve to be elitists. I've paid my dues in this community. I've wrote millions of blogs reaching out to the community. I've trained my ass off to beat top players, and I did it. And why should I have to sit here and play randoms in tournaments and friendlies just because, or why should I have to not sandbag and split just because Johnny, stupid face Falco player, wants to watch me fight Ally? Fuck you. All right, I'm all for putting on the show, okay, but there's no sponsorships. I mean, DDD is the closest thing to a sponsorship, and they're not even really giving players money. And no brawl players are getting sponsored. So this is the only way we have to make money. And as top players, I can tell you, man, this game is fucking boring. I mean, even Vinny. Vinny's the biggest brawl monster in the entire world, tied with Esam. And Vinny doesn't even play the game anymore outside of tournaments. Like, it's ridiculous. There's no reason to not play the way we do and not act the way we do. And yeah, we're gonna be elitist because that's all we have left. The game is pointless. And when the new Smash comes out, maybe it won't be that way. But for right now, that's how it's gonna be.
Crossing my fingers that
Nairo,
Smash
shut up. You're
4.
12. Of course you practice. You're not allowed out of the house.
Yeah.
Continue.
Damn.
I
I'm
really hope
laughing
Smash
so
4.
hard behind my mute button right now, like at most of this shit that you're saying that you just don't.
It's like, Nairo, go back to sleep. It's past your bedtime.
Yeah, Nairo, it's 10:45, 10:46. What are you doing?
Just so everybody knows, Nairo got good by practicing versus CPUs
Indeed, he did.
while sitting at home, and everybody thought it's because he learned from K Sizzle, but I don't know if that's the truth. I'm pretty sure he
Sizzle
just.
has said multiple times that I don't want anything to do with playing my brother in Brawl. He sits there and fights computers all day.
Damn.
And that's why I love Nairo, because he put his love into the game to be good. And while he doesn't understand that the game is bad because he has no exposure to other games, it's still amazing to watch him play because he's easily the fastest player in the country. And if I kept playing, I like to think that he has the exact playstyle that I would use, minus the fact that I'd be side being all over the place because that move is godlike. But, I mean, Nairo is easily my favorite player to watch. Easily.
That's good. I mean, he actually took the time, regardless of what people say, to just, oh, CPUs are stupid to play against. And he can't really say much about him because he's probably better than most of you. He's better than me. I couldn't
He's
tell him
better
that,
than all of us.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Everyone in the chat, everyone that's probably going to listen to this outside of Ally and Anti, he is better than all of us.
exactly. And he did it by
before
beating CPUs.
MLTTC, who knew about him?
I did. ADHD did, because Nairo's like second
Adamus
tournament.
told me about the legendary.
Nairo's like second tournament. He showed up and beat ADHD twice.
Now, to be honest,
I remember him
I
playing
remember that,
Anti
actually.
in the Ditto and giving him the scare. That was fun to watch.
though,
The most fun for me was sitting next to Lee Martin in awe watching Anti and Nairo body Ally and Mewtwo King in doubles.
That was a good day.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining, and he was just like, wow, like, what is this glide attack? I don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's called the Nairo. Like, he does that.
Yeah, he sort of made that like his trademark thing, which is nice. It's always fun to refer to because I mean, we all know Diem, likes using side B, so it's sort of a trademark sort of move, which is nice.
Pretty much every Meta Knight has something named after them at this point.
What is really? I don't know about
Mewtwo
that.
has nothing.
Yeah.
No, the
Mewtwo King has the essence of gay.
No.
He has ledge grab.
Here's the
From
Mewtwo
everyone
King.
else.
Here's the Mewtwo King that Neo put rather well in the results thread, which is match 1 get bodied, match 2 insert impossibly broken stage plus broken character plus near time map, and then game 3 play hit and run and take 7 minutes to win a matchup largely in Meta Knight's favor. That is the Mewtwo King.
I mean, he does it like a fucking champ.
He does, and he sits there in his hood and his hobo sweatshirt, and he just does it.
Yo, wait a minute, hold up. Are you telling me you find Mewtwo King's apparel not?
Oh, I want to say something about this. All right, when I went to Poly Brawl in November and I saw him, there were several times I saw him without shoes, without things on him that should be on someone in public, and just looking back to like MLG, I found it hard to believe that this was the person that represented us as a community. No offense, but
it was a bit hard for me to accept at first too. I mean, the first time I ever saw Mewtwo King was at Clash of the Titans 4, which hype, by the way. But I remember just being in line to sign up, and the line was huge, and I was in front of or behind Eli, who's an old Brawl player. He mostly plays in the Alien Project now, but I just remember this guy in a hobo sweatshirt laying down on the ground, all the way at the front of the line, and I'm like, what is going on? And then Eli points to him and he goes, that is the face of our community. And
that sucks.
It does suck. And just to like sort of sum up what we've been saying about Mewtwo King, it's just we're kind of stuck in like a hard rock, in between a rock and a hard place right now, because like there is nothing we can do about this right now. Like, in theory, it's a terrible thing to like have people splitting, to have people like, rigging brackets potentially and forfeiting and stuff. But I mean, like Brandon said, we don't have sponsorships or anything to stop people from doing this stuff. And the only thing that can happen is people stop entering tournaments. And if people stop entering tournaments, then our game's going to die even faster than we thought it would in the first place. So it's either we take, it's sort of like stealing from a hooker at this point. It's like, if you're going to steal from a hooker, you can't just be like, the hooker can't go to the cops and be like, yo, this guy totally stole from me because she's a hooker, okay? I mean, that Mewtwo King is stealing from the hookers that are filling his pots right now, and there's absolutely nothing we can really do about it.
Except for stop being hookers.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and who wants to do that?
I remember, I joined this community in 2005, and I got hyped through this game through a combo video, Bomb Soldier. Bomb Soldier's video essentially changed my life. I mean, that's how I started with this. DMG, you're an old head, but my first major tournament was MLG Meadowlands, and I remember the person who really changed it for me was Neo, and I saw Neo, and he's walking around with marker on his head. I remember for the rest of my life, it said not Neo. And I thought to myself, is this guy really famous enough to the point where he can write on his forehead and be in public? I want that shit. That's what I want. I want to be famous enough to write on my own fucking forehead and have people think that I'm fucking awesome. Because that's what I thought about Neo. Neo is fucking awesome, and he looks like an idiot. And now we go to tournaments and we see stupid Mewtwo King sleeping on the floor, and then anti-ADHD and ally hating the game. That's what we have. That's our community right now. Everything's looking up.
Yeah, I mean, it all looks good when you first join a community. I mean, when I joined, you and Shadow got me into it, DM Brandon. I know Allied got me into it, and I was really hyped because it was fun being part of the community. And then in my first
We're cool as hell.
Huh?
We're cool as hell, man.
Yeah, exactly. I felt really awesome. And by the way, shout out to Shadow for having the best eyebrows by the way.
He's got some pretty sick eyebrows.
He does. And when I mean
I wish
first,
I had his eyebrows.
I do too. And in my first doubles match, I think when I teamed with Allied, I beat Dark Peach, and I didn't know Dark Peach was known for Peach or something, and I was really
He's
hyped.
not known for peach.
Okay. Either way, I was hyped about it, and you have that sort of optimism when you first join a community, regardless of what you see, because it's something new to you. So it sucks when even whether it's you, DM, who's been around for several years, or me, who's just been around for a year, really, to just be like, all right, what happened in such a very short time almost. It's rather humbling, I guess.
Yo, I remember my first Apex. Like this is the level that of progression I've made. Now I will agree that I've progressed probably slower than any other player in this game because I only play one character, as you guys all know.
Really,
Like,
really.
My character is only mediocre, and it's just like to actually improve, to even get decent. It took me like a year and a half, like real talk, to like start placing decently, or like anywhere near the money. And I don't really know. I think patience is like one of my virtues and also my greatest flaw. We'll just put it that way. But anyway, at my first Apex, I remember meeting Shadow for the first time. I'm like, yo, this kid is mad tall. He's probably like my age or something. No, he was like 15 or 14 maybe back then.
Shadow has like a foot on me now. It's ridiculous.
The kid is so tall. And I remember I teamed with my friend that lives down the block that was playing Meta Knight because he thought he was a cool character. And we didn't know who was really broken yet, but at that point I'm pretty sure we did. And that's when we were all exposed to the K-Sizzle too. I had no idea who that guy was until we started seeing him spam Tornado versus Adamus in a winner's bracket. But I just remember teaming with my friend down the block, playing like Shadow and Judge, who I had never heard of either. And I'm just like, all right. And they were just like this double Meta Knight team, and we just got completely bodied. But you know what? It was fun. And like Meta Knight was impossible back then, and I don't know, I feel like I can actually fight the character now, but at the same time, I think the only way to change things, and it's terrible of me to say, but like, I think I've almost reached, and this is arrogant of me to say, but I've almost reached a level with DK where like there's not much more I could do unless I want to just sit there and grab the edge the whole game, which I don't want to do. So to go beyond this level, I think I'd have to pick up Meta Knight. Just saying.
And you should. There's no reason to play Donkey Kong. He's ass.
He's booty.
And all the people that are going to listen to this, if you play a mid-tier character, you're an idiot. Even if you get good,
shout outs
no.
to Poltergeist.
No. Even if you get good, and even if you beat a few names, in 10 years, no one's going to care, and all you'll have remembered is, oh, fuck, I spent like $8 grand trying to be good at this game, and all I got for it was a win on a person no one even remembers.
I mean,
Good job, Will. Good 2 years.
10 years after this, I will remember. So.
DMG remembers everything.
I don't know what you're talking
See, the
about.
difference is that, like, people are gonna remember me because, like, who cares that DK sucks? Like, I can actually do shit.
Name the best DK from Melee.
Bum.
Alright,
Okay.
Alright, so we got
We got him. We got him.
name the DK who won the most money then. Okay. Like, who actually won tournaments the most? I mean, Bum took fourth one time when it mattered, and then fell off face
That's not
of
even when it's. I don't even think that's what it's about. When you play a low or mid tier, it's not about the money. It's about the respect. Definitely, like you said before. Like even if you play like a
I'm
high,
the best Mario.
if you don't play super top tier, you're not really playing for money, in my opinion.
I agree.
So
That's why I
If
main
you're also
Kirby.
not playing top tier, it's gonna be hard for people to remember you unless you're amazing with the mid tier to the point that you're making money as much as anti, AAC, ally, YouTube King, and all those
And
things.
you know what, Brandon? I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this because, like, if you look back at it, like, in 10 years, you're gonna be like, wow, I made some money by timing people out in a video game, or you're gonna say, I legitimately had fun with a hobby that I managed to find, okay? Like, I mean,
I've only timed one person out one time. That's not viable. Not against me.
well, I mean,
You should use that
not
argument
against you,
on
but
me.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Brent,
Throw that at
let's say
DMG.
during a simpler time, though, Brandon. I mean, that was the time when like you didn't necessarily have to time people out. I mean, even though spam was doing it at the time, I mean, you didn't have to. And shout out to spam for
Being
predicting.
ahead
Yo,
of
spam
the
was
time.
light years ahead of the metagame.
The last time I entered a tournament, I got like 7th, and I fought the whole time. I mean, I was side being into the top of people's tornadoes. Like, I have no intention of playing like a faggot. I mean, people play
I'm
like a
pretty
faggot
sure
because they
you're
can't.
the only person who might actually use that as a
No,
viable
no,
option.
nope. No, that's not
Hey,
true.
it
I
was
don't think
awesome.
I've ever
That's not
seen
true at
that.
all.
That's not true.
I can link the video. It was cool.
No, I
But it
did.
sounds so like so unsafe. But like, it probably has so much invincibility that it's not. Like,
No,
I'm telling you though, there's only one reason that's not true. That's because
it sounds like something someone would only do if they were sandbagging.
no, because
there's a legendary midnight player,
Hey,
and he was called Dr. Mario Kart. And let me tell you why he is well known by a lot of us. He was the first midnight to exclusively main any form of B moves. The only thing he did was shuttle loop, tornado, down B, and side B. And this man would always approach a side B. Let me tell you something.
I feel it.
That is
I,
that is
re-
pretty
I
legit.
respect that.
He used side B at people that were shielding.
Well, yeah, that's how you're supposed to use it.
No, that's Brandon.
No, it's like the best shield poke in the entire
yeah, how
game.
are you gonna punish a drill rush on your shield? Like,
Not to mention
unless
it's
I
the
mean,
absolute
in
best
the,
for punishing people
unless
headed
you're
to the
Marth,
edge.
how are you gonna punish that?
I mean, in the August '08 metagame, of course there's no punish for that.
I would like to
I
point
mean,
out though, I would like to point out that in my commentaries I've done with Izza, that Hayes does European people.
Oh, who cares?
Well,
Who cares about Europe?
Europe.
Exactly.
No. My point I'm trying to make here is that Europe does use side beat or cover and approach like it's their job.
Yeah, but none of the Meta
Europe's
Knights are
not
good
even
over there.
creative at this point.
Unless you're talking about all the Marths using side B to approach, and yeah, we've seen it.
Regardless, side B
I
exists.
mean, yo, it's scary when you see Mars running at you, and you're like, oh crap, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna forward
He's
air?
gonna
Is he
throw
gonna
his
down?
tiara at me. That's what he's
Is
gonna
he
do.
gonna grab me? No, he's gonna side B.
Oh.
All right, you can get me on tape for this. I'm gonna money match any Meta Knight except for Orion from Europe with my Mario.
Yo, give me on tape. I will play anybody from Europe. Money match. Let's go.
All right.
Those Ice Climber players are terrible.
Alright,
They're
we
all
got the hype.
terrible.
Oh, this is. I want to see this happen, but.
I don't want to fight stupid Leon or Orion, or I definitely don't want to money match Gluttony. I want to play him. I don't want to money match that kid.
I'm money matching Wario Deal. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Oh god.
You know who invented that matchup? Fucking me.
Yeah.
Alright.
It would be 8 minutes of Gluttony chasing DMG around and stomping his feet.
It would actually, and that concept kind of amuses me now that I think about it.
I mean, he'd probably go midnight. And then,
Anybody from Europe versus DMG sounds like a grand old time. Because
I would watch that.
they'd be like, why isn't he throwing his bike at me? He's just jumping. What is this shit?
how does this badass move so well?
But Brandon, I'm going to have to respectively disagree with your whole philosophy that in 10 years we're going to look back and be like, well, shit, we got nowhere. Because, I mean, when I go to a tournament at this point, I don't even want to play Wario anymore because he's just not a fun character to me anymore. I'm not very
That's
entertained
crazy.
by jumping around the stage for like, 8 minutes. It's not a very entertaining concept to me.
I mean, yo,
I
it's
just want to play
entertaining, it's
Mario.
entertaining as fuck for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
To an extent, it's entertaining, DMG, and it was really fun for like the first like couple months that I picked up Wario. But I mean, like, once I got to that point where people were like, "Oh, my Wario's pretty legit," I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, I just want to play Marth. So I mean, I play Marth as much as possible because I have fun with it, and I mean that's pretty much the only reason I really play this game anymore, except to beat Wyatt. I'm gonna beat that motherfucker.
That's a
You
good
know,
goal.
I timed him out in a game of Genesis, so Wyatt, when we play again, Wyatt will have to exact his revenge on me.
Yo, I tried to time him out at Wobo,
Well,
but he wouldn't have it. He wouldn't have it.
We know, Will. We know.
Did he threaten your whole family? Oh,
There's that GIF somewhere on Snapple. Got 20 people
Oh, his
got it.
face.
You want to help
His
him,
face was so serious.
well,
So serious.
regardless.
he was standing too, wasn't he?
All right. Well, it is 11:03 now. which means we may actually have to bring this episode to a close. So,
Oh wait, we have to talk about something first.
what?
Cheese versus Delta Cod.
Okay. Can we talk about cheese versus
I'm
Delta
gonna
Cod?
start this. I got this.
Do it.
All right,
Now,
let's hear this.
Cheese,
Let's hear this.
Cheese. I know Cheese is gonna be listening, and I need you to hear me. I need you to keep all of your opinions out of your head. And I need you to clear your mind. Close your eyes. Okay. I want you to picture a rainbow. Okay, a rainbow in a field full of beautiful flowers or whatever things that you're putting yourself near to be calm. You need to be completely serene. I want you to listen to me. I don't mean to be mean. I'm not being a jerk. You're not good at the game. You're losing to Yoshi, bro. Like, it doesn't matter if your TV flickered. 'Cause I want you to hear me. I can do every single combo that I do in Marvel. Every single one I can do with my eyes closed. Every single combo that I can do with my eyes closed. If you cannot chain grab Yoshi with your fucking eyes closed, if you're relying on visual cues, especially as a Wi-Fi player, if you're relying on visual cues, you're not good at the game. You need to play on reaction, on feeling, and muscle memory. If you can't do those three things, you need to stop playing. No, and Dazo, absolutely not. I've done it in tournament against people where I just look at them and do combos. Shit, I did that in Melee.
Damn.
That's obviously a little more crazy, but you should be able to do combos with your eyes closed. The whole thing is muscle memory. Every single thing you do is muscle memory, unless there's like ridiculous timing, like maybe in the beginning of a chain grab where you need to like sync Nana up. That's fine, but you lost it in the middle, and that's not okay. Not to mention that was one stock. You dropped it one time. You can't do it repeatedly. I mean, how'd you even lose game 1 or game 3, whichever one you lost? I mean, it's not possible. It's not possible to lose to Yoshi.
For people that didn't see,
All right. So just cheese.
For people that didn't see what happened, I'll describe the situation because some people on the stream right now don't know what we're talking about. But I'm pretty sure it was up to game 3. It was Yoshi versus Ice Climbers.
Pokemon Stadium.
Delta God versus Cheese. They were on Pokemon Stadium 1. And we had a setup which has not been done that I've seen anywhere since like Melee in back in 2006. Not in Brawl at all. Why? We don't know, but it's a lot more professional looking and it's really cool. And two players, they have their own separate TV, and they're playing 1v1, and they're facing opposite each other, looking at their own television. So what happens is midway through the game, Cheese gets a grab, pretty much right on the edge, and he gets Yoshi, and he proceeds to attempt to chain grab him. Attempt, keyword. And I don't know if his TV flickered. Does anybody know?
Apparently it went off completely.
Okay. So apparently Cheese's television turned completely off.
Oh, flickered? Okay.
It was a flicker.
That
All right.
was largely exaggerated on many.
That's what I heard. All right.
Next week, the TV's going to be on fire.
And because of this flicker, I remember Cheese screaming out like, "Yo, KTAR, yo, there's something up, yo, we can't have this," or like something. He was just like flipping out, and he drops the grab on Delta. And the funniest part, especially since I'm describing this, is because in response, Delta pauses out of consideration, thinking that Cheese's TV was off, because he could have just been bodying Ice Climbers, but he had consideration to stall the match and, to find out what the ref wanted. But as soon as he found out that Delta paused, he's like, yo! He stands up, yo, he paused!
And really, if it was the other way around, and Delta was playing Ice Climbers, and Cheese was on the TV that wasn't flickering, Cheese would have went for the kill. And if he would have paused it because the screen flickered, he would have got him DQ'd. That's how Cheese has always been. That's how Cheese will always be.
But
and if it was anyone else on that TV and that screen flickered, it's just like the music. You're branded a troublemaker. You're branded a troublemaker with this shit. So it doesn't matter if that TV lit on fire. It's still going to be your fault.
Moral of the story, Yoshi's aerial mobility is godlike, and his double jump is amazing. And that's all he did. Once he had the lead and he bodied Nana, like up air comboed her off the top a couple of times, he pretty much just jumped back and forth across those two platforms on PS1, and Cheese wouldn't have it. I'm pretty sure he rage quit. But Yoshi's counters Ice Climber, so what can you say? Really?
I can say you're talking out of your ass.
I don't know. Ask Poltergust, man. He beat Lane.
No, shut up.
Yoshi,
dog, that's
Yoshi.
a hard
Listen,
matchup,
everyone who
baby.
loses to a low tier doesn't lose because the low tier is skilled. They're losing because they don't know the matchup. If you took Poltergust and put all that skill that he put into Yoshi and then made him play Meta Knight, and let's say
For
they're
real.
the same skill
For
level, he
real.
would get hard bodied. Poltergust, I mean, I've played him. I don't know if he's gotten better since the last time I played him, but he's free. He makes horrible decisions, and the only reason he's winning because no one in any region besides New Jersey plays Yoshi. But I can tell you from experience that if you play Yoshi against me, you're going to lose because I know the matchup. Now, like, I don't know I don't know Falco. I just can't grasp the matchup. So every horrible kid in the world weeks ago can beat me with Falco. But I mean, that's a good character, so at least I can blame that on that. There's nothing to blame when you lose to Yoshi except you're bad at the game. I hate all of you.
And let me hold you up there. It's not just New Jersey knows how to fight Yoshi, because we've not let Poltergust place that well in Texas when we got our like good people showing up. So
Good.
I've seen him place higher in a regular tournament than our low tiers. Like that's how bad it's gotten for him.
Stop trying to make
People have already
Texas
beat
look good.
Poltergust in tournaments. He's free. You're all free
I
to losing to
mean,
him.
to be fair, you could use the fact that Yoshi is one of the most boring ass characters to play against as an excuse because I mean all the man does is just pegs,
No,
grab the ledge.
he's
No,
never Meta
the
Knight.
fact that
You
Yoshi
basically
can
no.
run
You
up
walk
and
up to the
up.
ledge. You walk up to the ledge and you keep down tilting. He throws it. He throws an
Yeah.
ice power shield and you down tilt until he double jumps and then you just follow him around. Eventually you hit him with an up air. You're guaranteed to hit Yoshi if you're not a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Jeez, what are you doing? It's Yoshi, come on. Come on. But,
Yeah.
To use a word of advice, just play Meta Knight.
Met
Come on,
Night, man,
bro.
Met Night.
Please.
Now,
Don't play Ice Climber.
before we do get any farther, we do have to bring the show to a close because it is now 11:10. So,
All right. Well, I'm glad we got that little bit in.
I'm glad we got that off our chest. Yoshi is
One of the
bad.
most hyped parts.
Yoshi is bad. Regardless, I want to thank you guys all for watching our first live show. I hope we can get more people to watch next week, and I want to thank Diem and DMG for joining us this week, and we hope to have him on again soon. Especially DMG because his avatar is lovely. I want you guys to look at that again.
Yo, I will have a rainbow of avatars for you next time.
Good,
Oh,
good.
I will.
Also, Payne told me to do this. If you're in the New York area, go to his tournament. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
So next Saturday we're having a tournament. It's at King's Games in Brooklyn, and it's a pretty easy venue to get to. It's a roomy venue, and I mean we're gonna have hopefully a shitload of setups. It's gonna be really good, and I'm gonna be behind the TO desk, you know,
This is
doing
pretty
my
far
thing.
out. This is pretty far out west in Long Island. Like it's not even really Long Island. It's in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
It's like Queens.
It's a
Yeah,
good
even we're traveling for this, so
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys can make it out, that's really awesome. We're gonna try to have as good of a time as possible, and we're also doing an event that you don't really see that often, which is random teams. It was Payne's idea. I don't really.
I like that.
No.
I knew DM would like that.
Random
Wait,
teams is
wait. Do you
fun.
mean random partners or random?
Random partners.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
Being on
I know.
Payne.
I mean, I think
Payne,
it's
oh,
an
I see what
interesting
Payne's trying to
idea,
do.
but I think it's an interesting idea, but I predict that not many people are interested in it. And hopefully I'm wrong.
I think we should
about that.
change it to just like
Random characters would be a lot more
Random,
fun.
random doubles does seem better. I mean, like.
I
random
feel like
characters,
that's what it'll probably evolve into.
which is always funner. So I mean, if you guys can make it out, it's next
Do
Saturday.
so.
Well,
Yes.
Next Saturday. So check it out on Smashboards. I'm gonna bump the thread. I'm gonna keep it active for the next 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna attempt to hype it since like there's been so many other things to talk about other than that. So, but now that KTAR is over, should probably hype that.
And I will be streaming, so
Yeah.
that will be fun. I will be there streaming.
We'll have DI there.
DI will all be there, so if you want autographs or
Take a picture. You can hug the group members of DI, you can possibly.
I love
DM
hugs,
Brandon.
by the way. I love
I'm not going.
hugs. No homo, but I love hugs.
You can hug DM Brandon in spirit.
Also,
DM, can you
there's
go,
another-
please?
Yeah, you're not hugging
There's a-
DM at all.
There's
DM,
another
go.
important announcement, actually.
What?
If you guys haven't all seen the COT5 blog on AOB on AIB, like you guys should probably check that out. Because from what I've heard and what I've read from Shibo, that he needs more people to register, and he said there's only like a week left to pre-reg, and he needs like I don't know a certain amount of people. First he said 90, and then if he cuts it down to a one-day event, he needs like 40 or 50. So
You
everyone
do not
just
need another pound 5, guys. So
yeah,
you guys
Shibo
need
Yeah.
like
pre-register.
Why? What happened
Chibo,
to Pound
if
5?
you fuck this up, Chibo, I will have your ass.
Chibo, don't do it.
But guys,
Don't
COD
do it.
4 was probably the best tournament I've ever been to, and I
Apex.
do not doubt Apex.
Apex 2.
COD 4 has sentimental value to me.
Oh.
For reasons I don't think I've gone over with you guys, but it does have sentimental value to me, and it was a great tournament, and I don't doubt that Shibo is going to make this one amazing. So if you guys, I know you all have that money in your bank account, or if you have it in your wallet, go to 7-Eleven or something, buy one of those prepaid cards, because COD 5 is hype, and you guys should most definitely register like today, or something like that.
Register. Also, shout out to Dazwa Fats 2011, by the way. They've been bugging
I
me.
don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, yo, are you really trying to run for election of president on a fucking Smash forum? Like,
hey, they want the shout out.
do you not have better stuff?
It's not me. It's not me. Just don't shoot the
Yeah.
messenger.
I got actually
You
real
think
quick.
you're a cancer.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I get a lot
I'm
of
actually, supporting Adamus and
I get a lot of questions about why I'm not running, and it's very simple because the worst case scenario is that I lose to idiots, and then the best case scenario is that I govern idiots. It's really not a situation I want to put myself
It's
in.
really a lose-lose.
Yeah, it's horrible. So good luck to Dazwa and Fats
Fats.
dealing with the J-Man's posts all day.
Well, he said he was leaving. He's gonna take a hiatus.
I somehow doubt that.
Yeah.
He said he's leaving the site or the Earth. Either way, I guess I'm all right with it. I mean, I'd prefer the latter, but if
Anyway, so I want to end the show before we get into something more interesting, which is so hard because we want to just sit here and talk the entire night, but we can't. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. I want to thank VV for hosting us and letting us use their stream and stuff. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Smashboards, All Is Brawl. You can hit us up on Skype, AIM, Facebook, etc. And
them, not me.
don't talk to Diem though.
Don't ever talk.
Don't
to
ever
him.
talk to
He
him.
is mine. I will slaughter you if you message him.
If you want to talk to DM, you can file a notice with his secretary, and he might answer you back within a week or two.
And I'm his secretary, and I say no.
So yeah, you can't talk to him, but talk to DMG though. Forward all of your messages to DMG,
Yes, give them all to
all
me.
of him, and he'll answer each one individually. So with that,
Written.
with that,
Handwritten, yo, I'm gonna get my typewriter out, so I can get the cobwebs off of it and shit.
oh, you're gonna send mail, like
I'm
letters.
Gonna actual mail. I'm going to
Handwritten
stamp it with ink.
Instant messaging with mail sounds really, really inefficient. Either way,
I'm just gonna type like 3 letters and then send it, and then it's gonna come back. Type 3 more letters. Like I'm telling you, it's gonna be hype.
it's gonna be hype. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week on Directional Influence. And with that, we are done streaming for tonight.